From just announcing this video, I was expecting just all of the hate to be H3 fans. I had a really wrong approach going into this video. I got some really bizarre messages from people outside that I would have never expected to get. One of them being from Bad and Pinata. That was not my intention to claim that Bad and Pinata is the sole center reason as to why Ethan Klein has been accused of, you know, neglecting his children or for CPS being called on his children.
Now, here's a micro drama. I wasn't gonna cover this because it's another 3-hour Ethan Klein video, and if we did every single one of those, I don't know. The fall of H3H3, how Ethan Klein destroyed his career.
Wow, Ethan, great.
I do like the effort.
Great moves.
This is pretty cool looking.
Keep it up, proud of you.
Is Ethan
It's not just a template, that's why, because it looks like the old podcast studio.
Klein a joke thief?
Babe Nation!
So today, H3H3's just gone bad crazy.
What we do here is go back.
I mean, listen, all right? I miss this. You guys are gonna talk your shit, whatever. I miss when videos started with cinematic fucking intros. This is cool.
Hi, Ethan Klein.
Nobody does this anymore. I like this.
Yeah, okay. Then
He's a hypocrite because he said
there's always like a base level of respect I'm gonna give for someone who drops like a 1.5-minute intro of like highly edited fucking Adobe After Effects fucking material. That being said, this video I've heard not great things about. I'm not gonna comment on that specifically myself. What I did see though is this. Now, one would expect if you make an anti-Ethan Klein video, there will be an audience for that. That's what Noah Sampson told me, right? That people would want to watch it, like Hasan's audience and all this stuff. Like, there are people who do want to watch this content. But unfortunately, Cruel World Happy Mind referred to the Israel-Palestine conflict, let me see if I can find it, as a war. Cruel World Happy Mind conflict. Oh, is that what she said? Conflict? I want to say, I am so disappointed in myself. Oh, God, stop. I want to say I'm so disappointed in myself, and I'm sorry to all of you and the Palestinian people. So she created the anti-Ethan Klein video, and then all the snark people who were like disgruntled Hasan fans were like, fuck you, you didn't say genocide. I'm not even kidding. Could you imagine the target demographic for a video like this? Fuck you. You didn't call it a genocide. Big mistake. I mean, it's a horrible mistake. Yeah, 100%. It's clear in my last video and my coverage that I was out of my depth. This video is 3 hours. How can you produce 3 hours of edited content with, by the way, receipts and footage, right? There's stuff here. It's not just, listen, I open a lot of these kind of Cruel World Happy Mind, like this community. I'm not going to call her a T channel. I'm not super familiar with the content, but like I open a lot of these videos and it's just like a thumbnail or like a person speaking. Mika's rhetoric is like one of the worst ones where she just sits there and talks in front of the camera for like 45 minutes. And there's really nothing else there. There are clips in this video. How could you possibly be out of your depth if you made a 3-hour movie, a feature-length film, talking about it? What's happening is 100% a genocide. I think that I assumed what many already knew. Wait, I think I assumed many already knew how I felt, got distracted on covering other aspects of it, and became afraid of censorship and the mass reporting of the H3 audience causing the video to be taken down. I need to know, what is this, like a get out of jail free card? Have any videos on Ethan Klein that don't involve pointing a gun at his head, Gokinaru, been taken down? A metaphorical gun, I'm sorry. I legitimately, I have not seen a single video in this entire drama go down. Like Mika's video, she said it too, her video's up. You can go watch, what the fuck is his name? Shit. Oh my God, we used to be friendly with him. Oh God, this is... Yeah, but no. Jimmy Robbins, his video did not go down. Jimmy Robbins took his video down because it was bad. King of Nothing's video is up. When I say a video go down, I don't mean like the creator took it down because people were being mean about their bad research. What I'm saying is, I don't think any fucking video on Ethan Klein from a significantly large creator was taken down for harassment and bullying on a guideline strike or from the H3 audience flagging it. I haven't seen any examples of that really even happening. Bad Empanada only. But again, Bad Empanada is, you can't really say a Bad Empanada video got mass flagged. And I don't even know if one was taken down. Was it like the Gila Klein genocide recreation assassination footage or something? The one where he played the video game and was like trying to shoot secretaries? It's like, well, that's not a mass flag. That's like an actual violation, right? And again, I'm seeing Gokinaru in the chat. Bro, Gokinaru posted his video like 6 years ago. And the reason it kept going down was because he points a gun at the back of Ethan's head in a skit. That's why the video was or was it, they changed it to a plunger the second time? That's why the video went down. It wasn't some, oh, Ethan Klein's mass flagging community. He continued, he didn't just take the skit out. He didn't just upload it without the skit. Nobody cares? Well, I'll see you next stream. What the fuck did Gokinaru do? Because it was a skit, right? It was, what was it? Content vigilante. That was the theme of his video. But also, I mean, YouTube took it down. Again, like, I haven't seen it. There's no like actual, I guess, I don't know where it's coming from.
Always do the possible.
Let's see. That's a cowardly, that's a cowardly way of reporting on the issue. She's talking about the Israel-Palestine stuff. I pinned a comment that I thought had even more incredible resources in my latest video on why exactly what's happening in Palestine is a genocide. Fuck the Israeli government and everything they're doing to the Palestinian people. That's how I feel. Snark flagged the video? No. Nobody flagged the video. Nobody flagged the video. What Cruel World the Happy Mind is saying, because this is the video, right, is saying that she was trying to be careful about Ethan's mass flagging audience, who hasn't taken down like a single video to my knowledge in this entire situation, right? So she was like focusing on censoring herself and like being hyper aware of Ethan Klein's audience, that she forgot to mention Palestine was a genocide. That's what she's saying. She was spending all of her time that she could have spent thinking about the genocide, thinking about how to avoid the video getting struck down from the people who aren't flagging it. That's what she's arguing. If that's not clear, I'm sorry. That's what I was trying to convey that, right? The time that was spent, that could have been spent talking about or using the word genocide, was spent on things that don't exist, like completely fabricated. Yeah, it's literally the worst fucking excuse I've ever heard. But now, Cruel World Happy Mind has not only done that, but also uploaded a 30-minute apology. She is very sorry.
Israel is 100% committing a genocide.
This is like gun to your head video. This is insane. Could you imagine, dude, could you imagine telling a fucking time traveler that an H3 podcast video
Ethan, great moves.
follow-up is going to start with this sentence?
Israel is 100% committing a genocide, and I feel so deeply ashamed of myself and disappointed that my video could have been interpreted in any other way.
So, Nick, all the time that you've fucking spent explaining that could have been used thinking about the genocide. Thank you.
Nicholas DeOrio.
That's a good point. Also, thank you
The shout out.
to
Fuck Pally shit.
Scrimpin.
Build a hotel and casino on IT. Host
True.
Billy Mitchell getting new high scores there. Buy Ricky's hot sauce.
Dude, why won't you... listen, you'll address Palestine, but you won't address how casinos are like charities. They give away so much money, right? That it's criminal how much money they just give to people, right? Don't gamble.
This is the first time that I'm going to try filming a video without doing any cuts and just speaking openly, honestly, uncensored. So hopefully YouTube doesn't take this video down and people don't mass report it. But
again, who the fuck is mass reporting this shit, dude? Like, this is an issue that doesn't exist, dude. Please, God, please don't mass report this video. Every person I'm talking about tonight, guys, full disclaimer, I like my video being up. Please don't take it down. Listen, no, I see you in the chat right now. DB's World, do not flag my fucking video. I want it to stay up, please.
Yeah, when I first made that video, or announced that I was going to make that video.
Guys, they're going to flag down the video called I Messed Up to you, Hasan. Bad Empanada! This is an apology to Bad Empanada? Are you fucking kidding me? Maybe there literally is like, okay, dude. Has anybody checked Argentina recently?
Posted on the H3 podcast subreddit, and I started receiving a ton of just mass hate comments, hate messages.
And dude, could you imagine you were gearing up for it to be Ethan Klein's audience, and then it was the fucking people who hate Ethan Klein.
Almost appreciated the shout out.
Threats not to post the video. And
oh no, hold on now she's talking about Ethan Klein. You were threatened not to post the video.
So
all right, but then you posted it. And what happened?
I went into making that video with the intention of essentially trying to make an unbiased video.
By the way, can we listen to that one more time? Because I want to explain to you what happened when Ryan Beard wanted to make a video.
And I started receiving a ton of just mass hate comments, hate messages, almost threats not to post the video.
Do you guys remember when Ryan Beard was going to make an Ethan Klein video very much like this? And then Hasan took a fucking shot at him. And then Hasan's whole audience started dogpiling because he didn't agree with everything that Hasan, Bed, and Panada were saying. And Mike from PA jumped in and started fucking with him on Twitter and stuff. And then essentially Ryan Beard just scrap the whole fucking project. It's almost like online drama communities and sticking your neck into situations can get you hate when you involve yourself in the cabal of drama.
And so I went into making that video with the intention of essentially trying to make an unbiased video, but I could see how doing that created
This is literally Ryan Beard too.
Sort of a video that made it look like
she's gonna make a song about a dog next.
like I was fencing.
She's gonna pull out the ukulele and just be like she's gonna do the whole like toxic drama train thing. She's gonna look dead in the camera and she's gonna say that Shredder is dead. That's her next move.
And
I've already seen this episode. This is a rerun.
That's not my stance at all, and I'm really disappointed that that's how it looked. I had seen Ethan do streams where he's reporting videos as terrorist, promoting terrorism, and I did not want that to happen.
When the fuck was Ethan watching fucking live streams? Just going through hate videos from random YouTubers, reporting them for terrorism in relation to this drama.
To my video.
I literally don't know. If that exists, I apologize. I've never seen that.
After
Every day, bro, with the Disney Channel flow, 5 mil in 6 months, never done before.
Weeks of research and effort put into the video. And honestly, I was afraid that making certain statements would increase that possibility of the video getting taken down. I had seen sort of a lot of...
This is crazy because it's so ridiculous. Let's say Ethan Klein was doing that. You were so strung out thinking about how your video could be removed, you forgot to say free Palestine and Palestine is a genocide. You forgot like those two iconic catchphrases. I mean, it literally takes 3 seconds to say it. It takes like, I mean, you should be thinking about it 24 hours a day according to these people, right?
Really harsh messages, harsh comments.
It's just so pathetic. Even if Ethan Klein did everything she's saying, he still looks like a loser.
Was afraid, essentially. And ultimately, that made my video look cowardly. It made it look like
Ethan Klein promised her video would be removed 4,000 years ago.
I was fence-sitting, like I was a centrist, and that's really embarrassing. I hope that overall my stance comes across, but I also knew that I was out of my depth in covering Palestine, and that's why...
This is like a Mortal Kombat fatality. If you pan off the screen, you'll see fucking Scorpion holding her spine.
I was trying to recommend podcasts and things of that nature. So anyways...
She's nervous? This is a pre-recorded video! You can't, like, fucking record it again!
I hope that also there's not random people that are watching this that have no idea what I'm talking about. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I just covered a video on H3 and Ethan Klein, and in that I talked about the...
Bro, I'm so fucking glad that I am myself online. I never have to do this. I literally never have to sit up here and be a chat slave, an audience capture slave, being like, God, oh, gee, Rick, I'm really sorry about this thing I meant to do. Oh, gee, Rick, I'm so sorry.
Watching Nicholas DeOrio's
oh, gee, Rick, oh.
The problem with her is that she's able to make videos about objective issues where most normal humans agree.
Oh, I thought you were going to let me get away with that one. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
Palestine genocide that's happening, except for I used the word conflict because I was so nervous that YouTube would take the video down. I was nervous about censorship.
Oh no! Wait, I just clicked. She thought if she said the word genocide, this is why she didn't call it that. If she said the word genocide, then Ethan Klein could flag the video down because genocide must be a no word, and that could have been the thing that got. Oh my god, that's so funny.
That's been a huge issue that's happened just recently.
Okay, just to be clear, I'm gonna just fire off a couple of these. I'm gonna break every fucking stereotype. All right, guys. All right, hold on. Let me take her off screen so it cannot be misinterpreted. I just want to say all of these words right now, and I'm gonna remind you this video is fucking green. All right, rape. pedophile, molested, genocide, okay, Holocaust. Okay, want to see me keep going? COVID-19, okay? This video is fucking green right now, and no, they can't flag it down.
Keep it up. Proud of you.
Is Ethan Klein a joke thief?
Oh, wrong video, sorry.
Recently, over the past videos, the video that I did on Anna Paul, I heavily censored because she was an OF creator, is an OF creator, and
Dude, she was watching YMS before this. Alright, okay, I have censored all of the usernames.
it still got completely demonetized. Weeks and weeks of work just completely gone, essentially unmonetized. You know, I've done videos on certain creators.
What is unmonetized? I've heard of demonetized. Unmonetized, they take the money back out of your account. Unfortunately, I know you posted a video in July of 2018, but we're going to have to unmonetize it. So we're going to take back 20 grand from your bank account. We're pulling it out immediately.
Where they've sent me
It makes you have to pay them.
13
You have to pay the advertisers.
copyright claims over a fair use video that I've worked really hard to make fair use.
Wait, copyright claims?
You know, I've done videos on certain creators where they've sent me 13 copyright claims.
Nicholas the
I don't know, have you fought it?
$5, my man.
Have you publicly said that you're getting copyright claimed by Dude, I'm sorry. If I ever get a copyright claim, I'm just going to go to Twitter and cry about it, and they're going to send the guy a bunch of harassment. I'm sorry. Criticism. I'm sorry. If I'm calling you out or doing a YouTube drama video and you fucking have the audacity to put a claim on it and it's not something that we can easily resolve, you know, amicably, yeah, I'm gonna blast that shit on Twitter. Fuck you. 100%. What are you talking about?
Over a fair use video that I've worked really hard to make fair use, and still for days, weeks, it goes unmonetized because of that. So because of that, I've become really, really paranoid about videos getting taken down, about censorship, about spending weeks.
Is she gonna cry? No way. Dude, is she gonna cry?
On something and it ending up, you know, taken off of YouTube entirely.
She's at literally 1 HP and there's still 27 minutes to go.
Essentially,
she's about to ult.
Actually not.
Oh, Ethan claimed a video of hers? No, I don't think so.
Videos getting taken down, about censorship, about spending weeks on something and it ending up, you know, taken off of YouTube entirely, essentially not being able to have that video up.
Who took down that video? Why don't you call out that creator? I'll defend you.
Not even just for monetization purposes, but for the message not being seen by anyone.
Yeah, I don't think Ethan did that. She's not even alleging Ethan did that. Otherwise, she would have just said Ethan did that, and that would have explained it. Hey guys, Ethan Klein has gotten my videos taken down before.
I recommend watching
okay.
Nicholas DeOrio
You get a pass. Like if that was the case, that would be the easiest 1-2 punch, right?
Nick, I heard a couple LE streams ago that you are now 30.
I am not 30. I am 28.
However, you have unlocked empathy in
I am 28 for 4 more months, and you will refer to me as such. Thank you. Also, thank you for the 20 gifted.
Messages that I care a lot about, whether it's, you know, keeping children private and offline or Palestine, just anything. And so I wanted to still share the message, still be able to. I think a lot of creators are...
Guys, I'm so sorry. I've uploaded like fucking 300 and fucking something videos across my 2 channels and live streams. Don't even... I have literally not referred to Palestine as a genocide in 98% of my content. And I should have been thinking about it every fucking minute. I should have been thinking about it in the shower and when I'm sleeping and when I'm offline and when I'm in the bathtub, dude, when I'm tubbing it up, bro. I should be thinking about Palestine. You should be thinking about Palestine. I apologize.
Scared to talk about it because of that very issue.
Nick is like the same age as Taylor Lorraine. Stop it. Get some help.
Because of suppression and censorship that's happening across platforms. That being said, I still think that I didn't dive into the issue as much as I needed.
Thank you so much. Apology not accepted. We will be harassing you now.
And it came across very badly because of that reason. And I totally understand why. Same thing with Sudan. A genocide is happening there.
All right, what the fuck is happening in Sudan, bro? Is this a fucking meme? Wait, I've literally never heard Sudan mentioned at all whatsoever in any. Dude, all right, guys, today we're gonna be covering Logan Paul, but before we get out of the way, I just want to let everybody know that there is a genocide happening right now. The Palestinians are being slaughtered by the Israelis. There's a problem going on in Sudan. We're thinking it's a genocide. We don't know enough yet so far to call it one. Anyway, guys, we're gonna be talking about Crypto Zoo today. Holy fuck, dude. Guys, the new disclaimer isn't like, hey guys, trigger warning, sexual misconduct. It's literally, hey guys, there's a genocide and lists these different countries. I just gotta make you aware of what's going on in the Ukraine right now. Sorry, not the Ukraine. Ukraine. I forgot. That's not the right way to say it, but
should have used that word.
Can I say something to you, Nick? I really like you.
Why? Dude, Sudan is actually when Dan Saltman started getting sued by people. Dude, when Dan Saltman's life gets turned upside down, the Sudan conflict will begin. Yeah.
So yeah, I completely understand that. Essentially, the reason why I also recommended the Throughline podcast, though I don't even know if that's a good enough source.
Dude, the Danacide going on at Twitch right now. I hear Dan Clancy is still the active CEO. I like this. Like, literally, you could just create an issue and you can demand that it's literally important enough that it needs to be the top. It needs to be mentioned in every single facet of your content. That's how you know. That's literally, dude, this is the new meta, all right? I have decided that everyone must talk about YMS for 3 hours per day, all right? And I will be harassing you if you do not do that. I will be harassing you individually if you do not sit around your fucking dinner table at Thanksgiving and talk about who's gonna fucking talk about what would have happened to that turkey if it wasn't killed by you.
Again, it's out of my depth.
Dude, on Thanksgiving, if you don't look at your dad and go, well, we can kill the turkey, but why can't you? Never mind. I don't want to say that out loud. I don't want to have my, I'm gonna come after you if you don't do it though. I'm not gonna say it, but I'm gonna come after you if you don't say it.
In that area, politics is not an issue that I
How are you gonna know? I bugged every one of your houses. I'm inside your fucking house right now. I'm literally in your walls. You think that you're watching me? I'm watching you.
Cover very often, or at all. But the reason why I recommended those podcasts was because I almost think that this genocide happening now isn't even the extent of a lot of these issues. There's a huge historical
there's this super genocide. Dude, guys, we're gonna be talking. Guys, listen, I'm not trying to downplay the genocide here, but did you know there's a super genocide that people just aren't speaking about? What is this, dude? What is this video? Really what is happening, bro? What's going on?
Especially with Israel, I really recommended the Throughline podcast and especially the podcast on settlements just to see how since
I think that one's gonna read. Thank you.
Mr. Oreo.
Nick is the same age as Taylor Lorenz.
Thank you so much for the $20. You're banned. I'm kidding. You're not banned.
Israel's inception.
Jesus Christ, dude.
And you're hyping up a dude who has a segment on a show called Ultimate Rape Review.
Thank you.
Bangarang.
Okay.
They've been they started on Palestinian land. They've been continually subjugating the Palestinian people.
I cannot believe this is a follow-up to an Ethan Klein video. This is beyond comical, dude. Dude, there are so many, like, legitimately. Remember when we had the debate with Edwin where it's like modern slavery is worse now than it was during like the Civil War times, like pre-Civil War times? I'm starting to believe it, dude. The audience slave mindset is actually a huge issue on social media.
People encroaching on their land, pushing them away and away and away, and yet simultaneously claiming that they're being targeted by Muslim countries. Of course, the Palestinian people, out of desperation, are going.
Are you going to talk about Collargate? I hear you talking about all these issues, but I haven't heard you once call Hasan Piker an animal abuser or reference the shock collar.
Going to try to find a way to fight back, and the second that they try and fight back.
Very interesting, but have you heard about Dark Viper's attempt to fight back against all of the hate against him, or are you just not talking about those issues? Do you have a problem with autistic people? Why won't you help out Dark Viper?
They're being called terrorists, you know? It's fucked up. And I think that's really fucked up.
Wow, thank you. I needed to know that.
That's my uncensored, unbiased opinion.
Oh, so brave. You're so brave.
Yeah. I wanted to make a video that I felt like the H3 community.
I wanted to make a video, again, camera pans off to the side. And it's just Bad Empanada staring her dead in the eyes.
Community could watch and understand the issue that was at hand. But in my unbiased, not unbiased, sorry, in my uncensored opinion, I think that the oppressors will push and push and push on the oppressed. And then when the oppressed...
Could you imagine if Ethan Klein called me and said, hey, dude, I liked your video, but you didn't once mention how Israel has a right to exist. You didn't say your 5 Heil Israels today, okay? Unfortunately, we're gonna have to sue you. But I appreciate the support. We're gonna have to sue you.
Try to fight back. The oppressors will point the finger and say you are the violent ones, and that has happened time and time again throughout history. That is my opinion, and I think that Israel is a.
You know what? I apologize. You know what I said about Hasan Piker earlier? I was fucking wrong. I owe Hasan Piker an apology. You need to make these people talk about the genocide. You need to do it. Actually, unironically, this is awesome. Can you do this more? Fuck it, dude. Remember that whole speech about Hasan Piker putting pressure on stupid people to talk about it? Fuck it, dude. I want more of this.
Mr. Oreo.
I'm fully bought into the system. I'm gonna be a Hasan Piker orbiter if he keeps doing this to people. Holy fuck, dude, this is great.
Really good example of that. They have pushed.
Maybe Nick shouldn't do politics. Fuck that shit. We're doing all politics now.
And pushed
all politics
and pushed on the.
We're doing Ultimate Politics Review, which is kind of like Ultimate Rape Review because, listen, Hollywood, the government, people in power, Epstein's Island, JF Garipe. Where is his wife?
Palestinian people.
Thank
and
you for
then
reading
when the Palestinian people try to fight back, they say, "Whoa, look at how violent you are."
I'm so fucked up, bro. I'm so fucked up. Am I the only one when she said whoa? I thought of fucking The Theater Thug where it was like, whoa, just take it easy, man, from Drake and Josh. Dude, the Palestinians try to fight back and everyone's like, whoa, just take it easy, man.
Palestinian people try to fight back, they say, whoa, look at how violent you are. When you look throughout history, they have pushed on them and encroached on their land, done illegal raids. And it makes sense why the Palestinian people would try to fight back and why Hamas, came to be in the first place. Yeah, I think that I was afraid to use certain phrasing.
You're gonna finally use the Bunty King account correctly?
That was a little bit too...
Guys, I'm gonna use my Bunty King account exclusively to post horrendous political takes, just like it always used to before I took control of it.
Hence in that video, because like I said, Ethan has reported videos and YouTube is very intense. Certain words get used and a video...
I have a question. Dude, she was so fucking scared about this. She literally sold the thing protecting her outlet on the wall.
Nicholas DeOrio.
What is happening behind her?
Appreciated the shout out.
Why did you take the fucking... You have a naked outlet on your fucking wall. You don't think you can fix that before you film your fucking video? Dude, it is hard times over in Cruel World Happy Mind. They've taken her outlet protectors.
Video will get taken down completely. I use
painting the room. That's funny. That's probably the official reason, but that's why she has all the paint things on the floor, all the paint mats and stuff. But the actual unofficial reason is that Bad Empanada has fled Argentina once again.
The Suicide Forest video from Logan Paul for 10 seconds once in a Jake Paul.
Yeah, you can't show the Suicide Squad video. You can't show 9/11. There are people who have both of those pieces of footage up. But you're not going to be lucky. YouTube, there are 3 pieces of content that I know I cannot show on video. I can't show the EDP 445 catch by the Predator Poachers. I can't show the plane hitting the towers on 9/11. And I cannot show the fucking Suicide Forest video. There are videos talking about how YouTube has cracked down on specifically that video.
Oreo.
So yes, you should be afraid of that. Okay. It's not every video where you mention any topic ever.
Paul deep dive, that was about 3 hours long.
I recommend
10 seconds of footage from that, and the video got wiped entirely from YouTube.
People had the same thing happen with EDP.
Ethan takedown video without mentioning the genocide. Stay in your lane.
Guys, YouTube has a feature, right? And they use it mostly for copyright, where if a video is removed using a DMCA copyright strike, it is unlisted. On YouTube, they save a copy of that video's metadata, and they go and they strike other people. Not strike, they'll Like, okay, what do they fuck? Okay, I'm sorry, it's not for copyright because that wouldn't work that way. It is for community guidelines. They take that video, and if you try to re-upload it, it immediately gets taken down a second time in most cases, specifically for things like this, right? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk about copyright. It's a community guideline thing. So they have on file those 3 videos. If you post any version of the video that they have already removed, they're actively still using AI to seek out people using clips from those videos. And if they match it, your video just gets hit. That just happens. So you can't do that. Yeah.
It's
they call it fingerprinting. I call it finger painting. Fight me.
It's been rough out here, and I've been afraid because of that.
This is my uncircumcised opinion.
Yeah, and that's just all honesty. I know that YouTube has come out with some statements saying that they're making it.
But why? Because it's a banned video.
Easier to.
Oh, you're talking about
cuss, but I've been and say certain phrases, but I've been terrified to do that because of my past experiences, and that's just me being entirely honest. But I would still love to know what you think I should do.
I want to know, what did she refer to it as if she didn't say genocide? Did she was there a... Dude.
Read yourself Keffel's tweet on Nicholas DeOrio.
Did she call it a Jenner slide? Like with a picture of like Kendall Jenner?
Cover. She couldn't point to Israel on a map 2 years ago. She made a video on Ethan without the approved talking point.
Dude, it's a gender slide.
Do with that video, though, if I should just take out the Palestine section and
yeah, she has an uncircumcised outlet behind her. What the fuck is happening?
Nicholas!
Actually, wouldn't that make it a circumcised outlet if it's missing its upper
Why
skin?
is it always white women?
It's not always.
General.
Listen, we've covered a shitload of bad videos. They're usually guys.
I know that there have been a lot of theories that H3 has sent certain bots to the comments.
Dude,
of course they said.
Dude, Ethan Klein, he's now deploying an army of bots to tell you your video sucks. Holy fuck, dude, you're drinking the Kool-Aid. This is insane, dude.
That I would film this all in one take, and then this mic ran out of batteries. This is the first time ever filming with these mics, so take 2.
Dude, he's Lex Juther.
Last time I was filming, I was talking about Ethan potentially sending bots, but I know that's kind of a ridiculous thing to talk about in this.
Dude, Ethan Klein called her up after this and went, "Hey, how you feeling right now?" And she's just like coughing and her face is getting more pale. And then Ethan goes, "That's the ricin." I put it in your stevia.
Video, so let me move on from that. Yeah, so let me try and pick up from what I was talking about. I do want to say in this video...
Someone just said, "I don't like how this video was edited." I think there has been one cut the entire time. I think that's... Listen, that is like the only thing I can't say about the video.
I was a huge fan.
Here's Lydia, the ricin. I put it in your Sabra hummus.
Of Hasan, I still am a huge fan of Hasan. The reason
good, way to go. Dude, great disclaimer. This is so brutal.
Why I spoke out about some of his controversy.
Wait, now the outlet is being update chat. Thank you for mentioning that. N8 miniatures, guys. Update. The outlet is now being used. It is being used. The circumcised outlet is now being used.
Is because I had noticed that a lot of times people kind of...
Dude, imagine apologizing to Hasan Piker because you didn't mention that children are getting exploded in Israel and Gaza.
Put you in a camp as siding with either one creator over another.
I just want to apologize to Hasan Piker first and foremost for my...
And I really didn't want this video to come across as that. I didn't want it to feel like my stances were coming from another creator's perspective. I wanted to make that really clear. I think that Hasan deserves a ton of credit for...
Okay, literally, I can't imagine anybody else take on it. Dude, Hasan Piker's on stream being like, "No one will defend me." And then his audience has bullied this person, obviously. They have obviously bullied this person to the point where they're apologizing to Hasan Piker because they didn't refer to it as a genocide in their video. This is why Hasan Piker is having these problems. It's come back. This is a segment. This is no longer an intro. This is an actual fucking stream segment. We're now seeing why no one wants to be friends with Hasan Piker in real time.
for the ways in which he's advocated
Is she getting gang stalked too? Yeah, by the YouTube
for
comments.
Palestine and has continually pushed the issue to the forefront of media.
Dude, Hasan Piker literally is Palestine.
When
Yeah,
a ton of people were not wanting to talk about
Hasan Piker is the Palestine of Twitch.
it, continually pushing the issue back into the
Meaning that a large Israeli force keeps operating inside of his
sort of background, myself included. I had not talked about it for a long time. I was scared to talk about the issue. I think a lot of creators are just scared in general because they don't talk about politics and they're not well versed on the subject. And I think Hasan deserves a lot of credit for continually
That just tells me that you're not well versed in politics. You have no idea what you're fucking talking about.
speaking out about it. And yeah, I think that's very, very much something that he deserves a lot of credit for. That being said, I think that there are things that I disagree with Hasan on.
Dude, I have some things I disagree with him on, but none of the big issues. Everything's okay. Please leave me alone. Please don't come after me.
Or I thought were questionable. And I wanted to mention that, especially so the video was unbiased as possible. The biggest thing being, I wanted it to be something that, whether you're an H3 fan, whether you empathize with Ethan, whether you're pro-
Wait, is she actually going to go back to fence sitting? I got called the fence sitter, so after I glaze Hasan now I'm going the other way.
Palestine, you're able to watch and understand each perspective. And that was probably way too ambitious for someone who has no idea what they're talking about when it comes to politics. And I definitely understand that. Yeah, I also think that there were a few things that...
Yeah, you're right. I think that she needs to make another apology. This one's just not good. I think by the fourth one, she'll really get it down. But listen, this is a good start. When you apologize tomorrow, please, maybe, I don't know, try a little harder.
I glossed over because Ethan has such an expansive
drink a coffee or something
career online that I could have gone more in depth into. One that someone pointed out was the Jimmy Lee situation, where Jimmy Lee was accused of SA by employees and Ethan still brought him on to his podcast. Instead of really bringing that up, he kind
of... Is she gonna, look at her facial expressions. Is she losing it here?
Made fun of Jimmy, and, it was just, I kind of glossed over that whole thing since I brought up that...
Didn't he, throw him off the show?
Incident in the middle of the frenemies situation.
Wait, I thought they literally made an episode called Jimmy Lee is not coming back on the show. Didn't they literally kick him out of the studio? I don't know a lot about that, but that was what I saw. I saw a short clip.
Glossed over it to move on to frenemies. I could have gone more into that,
Maybe you should have gone more into it for this, right? For this video, the one that you're doing now. Remember when you said oh, I should have did more research in my previous video? Maybe you should pull up the clip then right now, in this video. You're crying about how you didn't do enough research in your video and people are mad at you. And apparently you fucking phoned it in. But now is the opportunity where if you're telling the truth, you can present that footage to the audience. Look, if you're going to be fucking a slave to the chat, right? If you're going to be a slave to the people who are, I guess, bullying you, right? You might as well actually give what they want instead of half measures.
So I totally agree on that. I think I definitely agree with all of that criticism. And I want to, do the best.
It doesn't sound like you agree with it. It sounds like you were told to agree with it and you're reading the approved talking point. Otherwise, you would show me. Look, I would love to criticize Ethan Klein if he's housing fucking predators on his podcast and having funny ha-has with them, right? I'd love to. I'll talk about it with you. Can you just maybe show me the clip?
Job possible.
I was complimenting you and your ability to show people the clip. When it's so oftentimes that's not the case in these videos. Why can't you show clip?
Well, I think sometimes
she's friends with Taylor Lorenz. Okay, well that's a red flag, but we're not writing her off just yet. This video could turn around.
It's I want to put out more content, be able to do that, just for the fact of
Yeah, literally, dude, this is my new policy: clip or GTFO. On these videos, I will not watch them. Clip or GTFO.
Complaints sometimes that I take too long to post a video. So I'm essentially trying to balance, doing these extensive deep dives, covering, these issues in a very thorough way, which, I really try to do. I spend weeks looking into these situations, diving into everything. And
I think your headband is dumb. Would you say that's a KSI? Or are you sexist? Do you think that KSI's headband is dumb?
So then,
because then you're racist, and I don't know what I can't think of a white guy with a headband.
But at the same
most people are saying yes. I'm actually in agreement on that.
time, you know, I have a tendency to try and go into every single rabbit hole and spend, you know, 20, 30 minutes on topics.
Dude, could you imagine she removes it and then you're just greeted with KSI's hairline?
And sometimes
that would fucking be crazy, dude.
I think no one cares about this, you know.
The good part for the headband for her is she can take it off and look normal.
I'm literally just going on a random tangent about.
Yeah, I know. I could tell that you are. You know what you could be doing is showing clips
about Jimmy Lee, and no one's gonna care about it. So I need to condense this down
What's the name
to this
of the
video.
guy from Keemstar
So,
Orbiter?
anyways, you didn't do that,
DeOrio.
dude. Is this what I
Mr.
sound like in the
Orio.
VODs?
EHD has done irreparable harm to any drama YouTuber I've watched prior. These nutcases just fall on top of grenades for the sake of staying on Hasan's
It's so
good
fucking
side,
funny,
when they literally
dude.
have no stake in the drama. Baffling.
All right, wait. What you're about to hear from Cruel World Happy Mind is literally, chat, what I do in all my VODs.
And no one's gonna care about it. So I need to condense this down to this video.
It's her verbally saying this will not be in the VOD, and we're watching it, and it's in the VOD.
And so to hear like people do want to hear about that, I guess I'm trying to balance that. Like, do people want to hear about it? Do people not want to hear about it? How do I find that balance?
I don't know. Maybe you could script this video,
if that makes any sense.
The video essayist versus the live streamer.
On Nicholas DeOrio.
Oh
Keffels
God,
appreciated
that's
the
funny.
shout-out.
Yeah, I think I do want to say to the H3 fan base, the really diehard H3,
The ones who aren't like racist and Islamophobic and Nazis. I want to specifically reach out to those people.
fan base, the people that you know, closely follow the subreddit, the people that defend Ethan at all costs. I am getting growingly concerned that you mirror and remind me a lot of the people that I would.
I thought you were gonna, dude. You remind me of my stalker. You remind me of Taylor Lorenz's stalker.
Be concerned that you mirror and remind me a lot of the people that I would cover when I did anti-MLM content or MLMs.
Are you comparing them to an MLM? I don't know. Maybe just make a good video. And people won't be mean to you. Yeah, I'm sorry that you jumped in one of the most high stakes fucking... Guys, we're talking about a genocide. Literally, you don't know why people are getting a little emotional about this one, Cruel World Happy Mind? You don't know why people are... I mean, do you not understand that you are literally sticking your neck in front of a... You're playing in traffic right now. Yeah, people are being mean to you about your 3-hour video that you're admitting was poorly researched. It's a disaster.
People that are deeply involved in MLMs, you remind me.
She's playing hockey on the fucking. She's playing hockey on Vets Highway. Like, what's wrong with you?
Of them, to be honest, where you know they're not allowed to have any dissenting voices in their community. You must always defend either, you know, the MLM company or in this instance the H3.
Or maybe they just don't agree with you. Maybe you're an ignorant fucking loser peddling Snark and Hasan talking points. Maybe you're not. Maybe they're wrong. I don't know. But it seems like you're getting hate from a lot of different fucking people. It seems like you didn't make anybody happy.
People.
How did you manage to do that? How did you manage to get hate from every community involved in this?
You know, it's a little bit concerning, and it's become very, very toxic, I think, and very toxic for the youth.
It was toxic before you started. It's been toxic for 6 months.
YouTube community.
I just saw
Thank you.
tweet on Nicholas.
I appreciate it. Thank you for hitting the goal.
The shout out.
You got another goal.
It's okay to have varied opinions, even if you are a fan of Ethan Klein. That being said, I've also received very bizarre messages outside of the H3 fan base. Like I said,
oh no! Oh God, call Millhouse. You guys can have a little struggle session.
From just announcing.
Yeah, it was really bad when they were mean to me too, but I wrote 15 posts on Snark crying, and they eventually took me back.
In this video, I was expecting just all of the hate to be...
Olive hate? Why would Olive hate you? Olive is a dog.
H3 fans, and because of that, I think I had a really wrong approach going into this video, but also
Dude, fuck off. Does anybody feel bad? I'm gonna let this play unimpeded. Listen to
expecting just all of the hate to be H3 fans. And because of that, I think I had a really wrong approach going into this video.
Wait, if you were trying to make an unbiased video, why did you expect that every single person who'd hate it came from one of those specific... You're saying that Hasan has done nothing wrong the entire time? No wrong. Bad empanadas, no wrongs have been committed the entire time. Like, a complete unbiased video is a 100% takedown piece of Ethan Klein.
But also, I got some really
Thank you.
bizarre messages from people outside that I would have never expected to get. One of them being from Bad and Pinata.
You claim to care about rape, and you're hyping up a dude who has a segment on a show called
Oh my
Ultimate
god,
Rape Review.
dude. Oh, maybe this literally is a
Unlike Hasan's
gunpoint.
fans who aren't like that at all. The lack of self-awareness is going to make me a misogynist.
I got some really bizarre messages. Opens your email. I'm watching you.
That I would
Dude, he just sends a picture of himself smiling menacingly.
have never expected to get. One of them being from Bad and Pinata.
Dude, Bad Empanada. Bad Empanada. We've got a new pronunciation.
Would have never expected to get. One of them being from
Dude, I got a message from Bad Empanada. It was the coordinates to my home.
Bad and Pinata. And I'm not sure if Bad and Pinata is correct in this. I tried
Then why didn't you do some research?
my best
This is how you got here.
to showcase things in a very fair way, but this was an email that I received from Bad and Pinata after
Stop saying, dude. You don't even know his name.
this video was posted.
You're reading it. Oh, you don't even know what he said. She's doing her research right now. She's reading her own emails. I can't believe you're dropping DMs like that. No one will ever trust you again.
Greetings. In your recent video, How Ethan Klein Destroyed His Career, you included a clip stolen from my channel to imply that I invented the idea that Ethan Klein said his children consumed feces and contracted
Wait, is he gonna strike it?
diseases from them. That was not my intention.
Oh my god, she's licking it up off the floor. Dude, what else was in that email? What else did he say?
Saying that Bad and Pinata is the sole center reason as to why Ethan Klein has been accused of,
Holy fuck, dude. This is literally a chat slave.
neglecting his children or for CPS being called on his children.
I'm just not gonna do any more research. Well, he said he didn't, so there's that.
Yeah, that was not my intention for showcasing that clip. I guess I'll just provide some context here.
Okay, good. Wait.
While I do think that some people do not deserve empathy, that they've gone beyond the realms of where empathy should be extended to them.
I think that Bad Empanada is in the room. I think that the light switch is a cover-up to make it look like they're painting the walls, and I think that he is currently staring at her off camera.
I also think that when I do my videos, I try to structure them in a way to understand
I'm sorry, Bad Empanada.
the person's perspective of whoever I'm covering. So in this video, I noticed when I first started covering Ethan and I was looking into his past, his early content, all of that,
when I watched the Gokanaru video, most people, like, I looked at Ethan's past. Okay, so I watched the Gokanaru video that I probably wrote off as bad before, and I have regurgitated the talking points effectively. Again, I don't know if she has done this. I know that many people who do make these videos regurgitate the Gokanaru video immediately, specifically the ones that are just, like, debunked in it that have not aged well. Because I know me and Tom did that.
Of negativity from Ethan. It was like a dark cloud was hanging over him constantly, and
I have a question. If the Gokanaru video is so good,
What's the name of the guy?
if it's such a good
Nick
Ethan
Oreo.
Klein takedown
Mr.
piece.
Oreo.
Thank you.
Imagine jumping into this drama with a 3-hour video and not knowing Bad Empanada's name.
My question is, yeah, again, actually, not knowing Bad Empanada's after a 3-hour video, maybe the video was bad. If this Gokanaru video is so fucking good, then why did none of the people who make these videos in 2025, who were around back then, why did none of them promote it? Why did none of them support Keemstar when he reposted it? Why did none of them defend Gokanaru when the video was taken down? forgive me if I'm wrong, forgive me if you did. But it seems like people who were defending all the frenemy stuff and were all these people were totally fine with this up until the point where he had the wrong take on Israel.
A lot of that could probably be attributed to his mental health issues, which he had spoken about in his early content. And yeah, I guess I was just trying to understand, you know, how that escalated to the point to where Ethan is now. And a lot of that likely due to October 7th, and essentially Ethan.
Oh, finally, we're talking about the dog collar. Holy shit, dude! I was worried she wasn't gonna bring it up.
Having an intense cognitive dissonance, you know, him being, you know, living in Israel, upholding.
What does him living in Israel have to do with the dog collar?
These, you know, Israeli values.
To the Israeli values of not shocking dogs?
And ideals that have been sort of programmed
there's Augie's in chat. Which October 7th are we talking about?
to him from
Holy shit, you're alive, brother. How are you?
when he was born. But then having to sort of face what was happening in front of his eyes, at times condemning the genocide that was taking place, condemning the Israel government.
Oh, they're not gonna like that.
But having to sort of grapple with that and the beliefs that have
I think this would have made the video so much better. You know what you should have did? You should have interviewed Kelly Jean.
been sort of ingrained in him from, you know, early days of his existence. And I think that that had that, as well as his, you know, mental state, sort of caused this escalation in Ethan Klein, this sort of paranoia where he started to believe that, you know, people were coming after him, started to believe.
Dude, he was going east and there were old, ugly women who were actually Antifa members and George Soros was funding it.
Started to sort of lean in more and more.
To the east?
To negativity. So I was trying to show.
He let the devil in.
Showcase that, and not necessarily through my words, but through showcasing clips in videos to document that. You know, I always felt like showing clips, showing rather than telling, was very important to do, because there's only so much that I can say, but
you're going by that philosophy in this video, I imagine.
I just saw
Guy, the rest of this is all clips.
Nicholas DeOrio.
Keffels appreciated the shout out.
Yeah.
She just said Jews all support Israel and are told since birth.
She essentially did she say that like verbatim? I think she essentially said
people
that.
were coming after him, started to believe, started to sort of.
Well, because yeah. No, that, yeah.
And also just for research purposes, looking into the clips, and if someone's saying something, can I find?
Because you can go back to, let's go back to that.
I'm not sure if
we gotta get back to the Ethan empathy segment.
Pinata is correct in this.
Okay, we're back to Bad Empanada. I've gone too far.
While I do think that some people do not deserve empathy, that they've gone beyond the
casual iDubbbz viewer.
I think that when I do my videos, I just a lot of negativity, trying to understand, you know, how that escalated to the point to where Ethan is now.
Okay, here.
You know, a lot of that could probably be attributed to his mental health issues, which he had spoken about in his early content. And yeah, I guess I was just trying to understand, you know, how that escalated.
Okay, no, maybe not. Where the fuck was it?
Covering. So in this video, I noticed when I first started covering Ethan and I was looking into his past, his early content, all of that, I sensed a lot of negativity from Ethan. It was like a dark cloud was hanging over him constantly, and being, you know, living in Israel, upholding these, you know, Israeli values and ideals that have been sort of programmed into him from when he was born. But then having to sort of
face.
You have to buy bot viewers to make your opinions seem more relevant? What do you... I mean, the paychecks are still the inflated numbers, so YouTube would get rid of the bots, but my paychecks are still large.
What was happening in front of his eyes, at times condemning the genocide that was taking place, condemning the Israel government, but having to sort of...
This is the part that you were talking about.
Grapple with that and the beliefs that have been sort of ingrained in him from, you know, early days of his existence. And I think that...
The numbers, Mason, what do they mean? 6 million. Wait, it's like how many Jews were killed in the Holocaust? Well, 6 million. Dude, that's like Israel school, bro. Israel school.
That had that as well as his.
The Gaza conflict, is it justified? Well, not when we're invading their home.
You know, mental state sort of caused this escalation in Ethan Klein, this sort of paranoia where he.
Dude, the paranoia that is instilled in him in a young age.
Started to believe that, you know, people were coming after him, started to believe.
You've literally been debated into, like, literal. Like, this is insane. Dude, all Jews are told from birth, or it is instilled in them, it is passed along their bloodline, that they must inherently support this genocide.
Started to sort of lean in more and more to negativity. So I was trying to show
cruel world, empty head. Oh God.
Palestinian people in many instances, and he's struggling with that.
They need to create. You guys know how they have. All right, this is gonna be fucked up, and I'm gonna get shit for this, but I'm gonna say what every commentary YouTuber is thinking. I'm gonna say it. Fuck it. You know how they have sponsor block?
Can I say something to you, Nick? I really like you.
Why? Fuck it. I'm gonna say it. You know how they have sponsor block? It's like a thing that you could put in your browser that automatically skips segments related to sponsors. Can you make like a world political issue block? So that every time one of these things, apparently there's like a thing going on in the Sudan or whatever, it just skips the segment talking about it from like just gradually from the video, like a user submitted thing. So I could just never hear about any of this stuff again. Like Hasan's streams instantly become 2 minutes long. I legitimately think my timeline would be nicer.
Sorry, I'm getting a call. He's struggling with that, and he can't quite, you know, I think cognitive.
Literally, political conflict block. Get this shit off my feed.
Dissonance literally can destroy a person's mental state. So instead of, you know...
The only blockade on Palestine that I support is blockading people who bring it up in videos, so I don't have to watch it.
Really tackling that head on, it was easier to go into these online...
Thank you!
So much harder. Big content strategy problems here, Nick. I'll help you maximize your money.
What is she talking about? Whatever they told her to say, I guess. Holy fuck, dude. Oh god, wait, she's just reading Bad Empanada still.
What's the name of
We're still doing that?
Keemstar Orbiter, Nick Oreo.
We're still reading
Mr.
Bad Empanada?
This can only be an intentional omission. Given the research in your video, you surely know that—
Dude, she got terrified by Bad Empanada and posted a fucking shuddering apology video.
That I was quoting Ethan himself. H3 podcast episode February 12th, 2025, titled I Can't Handle This Anymore. Timestamp 1939.
Why don't you play the— Bro, she's reading a timestamp. She's reading a timestamp.
Ethan openly states that that his child contracted the parasite Giardia from his dog, and states that this parasite can only be contracted through fecal ingestion. Ethan, Olive has Giardia. It's a bacterial infection.
She literally is just Dude, Bad Empanada made a video through this girl. This female content creator is skinwalking, literally skinwalking Bad Empanada. Because she's scared of him.
In the intestines that makes you have diarrhea.
He's off camera right now. You're not going to convince me otherwise.
And Olive has this. She came to us with—
Why are you filming this video in Argentina?
With it. She has diarrhea. And Son—
Cruel Panda, Happy Pinata.
He is crawling around. He's putting everything in his mouth.
He scripted this part? Yeah, he literally ghost wrote the video, but then she like let that part
He's
out.
at that age. Now he has Giardia. And now Ela has Giardia. And now this morning I had diarrhea. Crew member asks, what can I do to get it? Ethan responds, it's extremely ridiculous to get. You have to ingest my poop. This is why CPS visited Ethan Klein. He openly announced on his stream himself that his kid had a parasite, then said he thinks they got it from ingesting feces.
How much you want to bet she just goes, and that's what Bad Empanada told me, and then doesn't say anything else.
Also left
just moves on to the next
topic. That the evidence reveals that Ethan sent himself skulls, attempting again to imply that it was a genuine threat.
Wait, oh my god. Wait, now it's Ethan Klein sent himself the skulls. Now Skullgate is...
Sorry, let me...
She's already forgot what she... Dude, this is not a YouTuber. This is like... this is barely a commenter.
As far as...
Holy fuck, dude.
You know, I don't want...
Guys, get a copy of this. This won't be up tomorrow.
I don't think...
Dude, Ethan's cabal sent him the skulls.
Personally speaking,
This is probably equally as bad as Denim's just watching the video on stream. Or maybe worse.
She's an extremist canine. Completely demonizes the entire existence of Israel while completely ignoring that there are very much two freaking sides to this mess.
Hey guys, I want to...
Also, she cried about terrorists being called terrorists.
I wanted to issue an apology for this stream because obviously this is the stream intro and we're approaching the hour and 40-minute mark. I didn't know that people oftentimes say that I script these segments or I pre-watch everything. I don't think we've ever had a situation that has proven this is just a live reaction harder than this intro segment. We have gone so far off script, we haven't even covered the topic yet.
You know, as far as who sent CPS over to Ethan.
No wonder you go on EFAB.
Klein, I think a lot of that is conjecture, sorry.
It's conjunction, dude. It's like the train, dude, like a steam engine.
Yeah, I don't think it's appropriate for me to outright state any claim in my video, and that's why I tried to avoid that, you know. To state that Ethan himself sent CPS over through his own statements versus other streamers sent CPS over through their own statements. I don't think that's appropriate for me to outright state in a video.
Why did you make a video at all? Like, what even compelled you to do this? Do you think this was like easy money? Why did you do this to yourself? Why did you put yourself in this position?
My personal opinion.
You obviously can't hang. Why are you doing this?
On that,
I already see the end of this video is I'm going on a mental health break.
I have seen, you know, through instances like Ruby Frankie, when people are escalating their behavior and it's getting more and more serious, you are just more likely to gather a group of people who are becoming more concerned for your family.
Oh my God. Wait, she's literally she's saying, she's doing the fucking iDubbbz talking point. It must not have been snark. It was probably one of your concerned fans.
For your children and for yourself.
Yeah, this is the CPS defense.
And your own mental state. I'm not trying to say that in a demeaning way towards Ethan Klein.
She's getting bullied into saying that it was probably a concerned fan.
But it is just the reality of the situation. When you share your life online to millions of people, people are going to look at a pattern of behavior over time. And I think it's just a natural state of being.
I don't know what happened here. I don't know what's going on. I know all the signs point to bad empanada, but somehow I feel like this is Taylor Lorenz's fault. Somehow I think Taylor Lorenz has done something here, and she has produced more content for my YouTube channel. I have like a sixth sense for this shit right now. I can smell it.
Started insulting me
for many people, on Twitter. Especially if you're just
conjunction. What's your function? Whatever Hasan says.
True.
People are going to look at a pattern of behavior over time, and I think it's just a natural state of being.
Augie, I said this earlier, but remember the Edwin debate about like modern day slavery and how it's more prevalent now than ever before? I take full concession. It is more prevalent now than ever before.
For many people, especially if you're just naturally a concerned person.
You think she's going to actually get herself composed during this entire 30-minute dialogue? Because she is still at 1 HP.
Yeah.
You're gonna give this girl like a dungeon pizza or something. Does anyone have a golden apple they can heal her with so she can talk normal?
So that's my stance on it. You know, whether someone who called CPS came from Ethan himself and his own statements, someone who knew Ethan personally, or from other streamers and their own statements is, I think, really hard to track unless you were the person who received the call themselves, or
oh my God, dude, this is actually fucking insane. This is actually fucking insane.
The person who called.
How are you being bullied into saying this?
As far as the skull thing,
all right, this is like make or break moment.
I think that there is two possibilities. Either someone sent Ethan Klein human skulls.
Are you going to say the other possibility is that he ordered them himself?
And I don't think that's cool. I think that's going too far. You know,
why don't you just say the shifty Jew did it? That'll be...
is taking online drama to the next
level.
level.
Please don't say it. Please don't say it. I might leave the room if you fence sit this.
Or Ethan Klein himself sent himself
I'm done.
skulls. That
I'm
is
done.
certainly a
I'm
possibility.
Done. I'm done, bro. You've got to be
and
fucking
that
kidding.
is
There's literally
certainly
nothing
him
pointing to that
not being
happening.
in a
They
great mental
contacted the fucking organization. What is, dude? Come on. I wish you luck in your future endeavors. May God have mercy on your
You
soul.
claim to care about rape, and you're hyping up a dude who has a segment on a show called Ultimate Rape Review.
Just log off. Fries and bag and all that.
May God have mercy on our soul. Thank you for hitting the goal. Oh my God. Guys, that was supposed to be a 2-second blurb. I still want to cover QT Cinderella. I'm sorry. This is a whole segment. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for this to happen. But yeah, that's Cruel World, Happy Mind. When I started this segment, it was about this. And then I saw about 10 minutes before I went live, I saw like an hour prior she had uploaded that video. So that video is like hot off the presses right now. Like the initial intro tidbit was just, oh, look at this funny loser, right?
Slimy Weasley fuck.
Thank you!
I want to die.
It was just supposed to be this, and I'm like, oh, let me toss this in the docket. This could be funny. That is the worst video I've ever seen in my life, folks. That is far and beyond the worst video I've ever seen in my life. That might be the worst video in this drama. It might be the worst video I've ever seen. That video made Mizkif look like he was raped. That's how bad that video was. That video has convinced me that Mizkif was raped. That's what I got out of it. Worse than King of... Oh, yeah. Far and beyond. That was the worst one I've ever seen. That's the worst thing I've ever seen. Holy fuck, dude. That was bad. Wow. Okay. Anyways, QT Cinderella. Recently, I think she gave a take about sympathizing with bigots and racists, and people got mad about it. She threatened to DMCA strike anyone who posts the clip of this conversation, and she gave a take that I think most people would find abhorrent and horrendous. Livestream fails, said it's a lot of privilege. Let's hear about it.
I'm not going to change, though. I'm not going to... Yeah. I will never believe that if I'm kind to a hateful person, that means I agree with them. I will never believe that. No matter what you guys say, I won't believe it. Because at the end of the day, if I'm around a racist person, I'm just not racist. I'm not. Me, I am not. They are, yes. But how am I supposed to help them ever? By cutting them off? No.
Yeah, they didn't like that. I'm friends with Augie. He's in the chat right now.
Like, I get it. You guys can think in black and white, but that's not how it works over here.
If you hang out with your grandfather, okay, and your grandfather is transphobic, you're a piece of shit.
I recommend watching Nicholas DeOrio.
You're a piece of shit. You're a horrible person.
Nick, please. You have to see the part in that video where Bad Epanada mentions his lawyers.
You have to actively disavow every single person in your life who doesn't agree on every single specific social issue with you. Every single time. You have to block them on Twitter. Why did she ask these streamers to delete videos and clips after this? At least be honest, QT is putting up with Lacey and FaZe's racism because they bring in views.
Nicholas DeOrio.
That's honestly, this person probably called it, and that makes me more annoyed, I guess, than I think I even should be at a statement like that. That is funny because yeah, these people, if like it was popular to hate those people, she probably wouldn't hang out with FaZe Clan. Yeah, that is funny. She probably is literally grifting off of FaZe Clan. Who is she friends with? It's FaZe Clan, Lacey and all those people. Like the clip of the dog collar incident, she's hanging out with them. They're probably making the comments that her community deems to be racist. You have to remember, when people say racist online, it could be anything from
watching Nicholas
the clip of Keemstar screaming Alex is an N-word and he's or it could be somebody making like legitimately an edgy joke with absolutely no hateful intent. You literally do not know. There is no metric for it. Both of them have the same word. And nobody ever cares to ask any more information on it. Like if you say a slur one time, you're in the same position as a Hitler-heiling Nazi in some of the spaces that QT Cinderella frequents, right? Like it's that area of Twitch where it is not up for discussion. It reminds me of like Dreams community, right? Like where they try to cancel each other because they say the word retard, you know? Nick, your example of actual racism is Keem. I'm not talking about Keemstar is a racist who hates black people. I'm talking about that specific rant, right? You'll have people compare when Ninja said the N-word while singing a song to this guy screaming like, Alex is doing this shit. Like literally targeting a black person and saying it to a black person is like a different degree of like singing it in a song. But on this section of the internet, that would be treated as like equal. You know what I mean? Keem wasn't being racist when he was talking about... Keem was specifically... Yes, he was. He was absolutely being racist when he was talking about Alex. He said he was doing it because Alex was racist towards him. That was his defense. He goes, he was calling me a dago, so there was only one... Like, I wasn't escalating it. We were already playing. When he called me a wop, there was only one slur that I could use. Remember that? That was literally what he said. He's like, so even Keemstar agreed that it was racist when he said it. He was like, yeah, this guy was being racist towards me. So I had one singular chance to take that fucking position back. And I'm Italian. I have the pass. He was just shit talking with the boys. QT is only nice to racists who have large view counts. I actually think that that's probably accurate, but I wanted to show you this. Ethan covers the entire clip here after Cutie has essentially said she's going to strike everybody. I think she's apologized for that, though, right? Yeah.
And then they'll be like, oh, and like someone
Dude, she died on Dago Hill. She died on Dagobah. I'll see myself out now.
Commented something on something like they were like, oh, girl, you're eating, and then someone else like.
Also, why am I seeing this person again? I was told I would never see this person again. Why is this person back on my screen?
Replied, who obviously is like mad about something fucking else or whatever, just doesn't like me. And she was like, well, she should be eating a salad too. I'm just like, girl, I'm like, why are we turning it into something that like I'm just like, girl.
Dude, you cannot associate with Yoda. He lives on Dagobah, okay? If you associate, I don't care how old he is or what he's seen in his time as a Jedi. Unfortunately, he lives on Dagobah, so you have to disavow him.
Like, what the fuck are we even, like, it's just shit like that. And I'm like, y'all are
Why is it in 350p? It's probably a yeet clip.
Too comfortable on this fucking internet. Like, simply, y'all are just too comfortable.
This is my perfect example. It's like...
Augie, do you think that Ethan looks fabulous?
Okay. I collab with Lacey. Lacey makes some homophobic...
Oh, it literally is about FaZe Lacey. That's funny.
...jokes sometimes that I am not comfortable with the homophobic jokes Lacey has made. Lacey knows that he can't make those jokes around me.
Because of my brand.
That does not mean that I am homophobic, believe it or not.
Bro, I gotta be honest with you. Dude, Nick A30 probably slings so many slurs when he's not forced to be family friendly on stream. Holy shit, dude. None of these streamers have any of the ideals, whatever, that they're actually pandering to. All of these people probably say multiple
Nicholas
slurs
DeOrio
every single night
video.
as a religious activity
Why
before
is
they go to
female
sleep. None of
Adam
these people
McIntyre
care.
On my screen, I am now triggered.
Stop! Dude, I guarantee they say like, where normal people would say their Hail Marys or their Our Fathers or whatever, they just say the F slur over and over again before they go to bed so they can get it out of their system, so they can pretend they don't care about it tomorrow, so they care about it tomorrow.
Everybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You are not who you associate with. Like, shut the fuck up. You're like, you don't...
Including you? No, I'm the different streamer. That's why you should follow me.
You don't build bridges by burning them. That's not how it works. Like, you don't invite people to...
It's what Erudite said.
Open their mind and be open...
That's what Erudite said 5 minutes before the comment about the firefighters.
More open-minded by being like, fuck you. That's just not
that's the thing too. And then I feel like sometimes too, it's like, okay, if somebody like says something or has like a take that people don't agree with or like get shit on or whatever, then it's just like, okay, like...
Again, I actually would respect Cutie Cinderella if she just turned around and said it's for content, but maybe I wouldn't because I didn't respect Ludwig when he said that 3 days ago.
And then that person...
I'm starting to question my ideals and morality now.
And were to be like, oh, I'm sorry, like I apologize for that and I'm going to like to change and do better or whatever, then that's still not enough for people. Like,
now I want you to clock something as we're watching this. Does it seem like Vanilla Mace is uncomfortable? Is she awkwardly like recoiling right now?
No. Wait, why? Is that something that's going to come up? Is she saying, I was horrified while QT Cinderella was saying that?
No, they seem to be having like a bouncing back.
Is that a thing?
What I mean, like as long as it's not something that's like a quite literal, like fucking like...
What did Quite do? I'm never going to forget that, dude. Quite got accused of sexual assault and he's like, I can't. And they're like, what are you talking about, dude? I've heard this a million times. You go, I literally can't. Oh yeah, okay, sure, dude. No, I literally can't. My dick doesn't work, and everyone's like, "Oh fuck, dude, I'm so sorry. Oh my god, shit. Oh fuck, Jesus Christ, dude, my bad. I didn't know. Oh my."
Actually, like cancelable thing. I feel like people will be like, then the person will like be like, you know, actually.
Quite won. You know when he won? An all express paid vacation to go pick up the Superman.
Like I apologize and I understand where you guys are coming from, whatever. And then sometimes people will still be like mad about whatever, like XYZ.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. Why do you hang out with someone? So they did this 10 years ago. Okay, well they've apologized.
Yeah, dude, that's why I hang out with Keemstar. But my chat's like, why are you a Keemstar orbiter? Hasan Piker says it 15 times per stream. Thank you, by the way, for all the goals you guys have hit so far.
So she's saying, essentially, that she hangs out with people even though they're homophobic. Although she does add an important caveat, which is that he knows he can't do it around me, and he knows that I don't.
Wait,
like
Nick,
that shit.
Yeet got you. What did he get me at? Oh, dude. Yeet always clips me at my most clippable moments, and then all the comment sections like angry Destiny fans. Nick swears on Ludwig's mom's life. Oh no.
Nice job, Ludwig.
Yeah, so swearing on your mother's life means that your mom will be killed if you're lying.
Yeah.
That's really intense, man.
That's what I'm saying. I would never do it. People go, swear on your children's life. I'd be like, bro, I'm not doing that. I'm not.
Listen, I swear on Ludwig's mother's life that I do not host a show called Ultimate Rape Review. I literally just killed his mother live on stream. I guess that is warranting the click. Did he put the end in there? No, dude! I swear on Hasan's life! I swear on Hasan's life! I swear on Hasan's life!
Right. So, but we continue on here.
Why?
They were being so annoying of mine earlier too. They just like be going on tangents.
What are they saying, Vanilla?
Okay, so chat is getting angry. Vanilla Mace's chat.
Dude, they keep trying to call her Vanilla Ice. It's so funny.
Getting very angry.
Guys, everyone is in a male living environment. Why is this happening right now? Dude, POV, you just walked into iDubbbz's basement.
With cutie Cinderella for saying that she would be
Bro, put up like another poster or something.
friends with homophobic people.
Dude, warning fart zone is written in dyslexic.
Busted.
About the homophobic jokes, they're like, but then you just, if you still hang out with someone like that, then you just support it.
No, so this is what I'm going to describe, okay? And you guys can believe what you can believe.
I know, like, I want, like, explain it. I want you to, like, explain it better.
I'm going to explain it. You guys can believe what you want to believe.
I think this is the part that everyone wanted to say.
I understand, but you're not allowed to coach me and say, like, that's not right, that's not what you, like, just because I don't act the same way you act, you're not allowed to, like, coach me through that. Because at the end of the day, I am somebody that's like, bitch, I'm an ally. Like,
And I know
I am not homophobic. Everybody knows.
Yeah, she's like so happy to be here. She's smiling, having a good time. I actually don't know what she's gonna say after this, which is really funny.
It doesn't matter who I talk to. Like, the thing is like, I was raised in a very religious family. Unfortunately, there are people in my family.
You have to disavow your dad at Thanksgiving dinner. You have to be the pariah that ruins Thanksgiving dinner.
That are racist. There are people in my family that are.
The family group chat exclusively argues over politics.
Bigoted.
And you're a piece of shit if you don't cut everyone off.
There are people in my family that are homophobic. There's people in my family that are transphobic. Like,
what?
But I still love my family.
In this economy? They are?
Right, and I still know that there are that members of my family have good qualities. They have good qualities. And what's most important to get people to love other people is to love them. Fighting hate with hate will never get anything anywhere. If I were to say to someone who's homophobic, go fuck yourself, you homophobic prick, yes.
You're supposed to take all your clothes off and protest in the streets. You have to paint yourself in like red, white, and blue and then walk through Manhattan. Is that not what you're doing? You're supposed to do a Just Stop Oil presentation at Thanksgiving, pull a fucking a comically large barrel that you put above the table and cover the fucking turkey with orange paint. That's the only way to deal with a racist.
Told them what they deserve. However, they aren't ever gonna.
You're supposed to do what they did to Friendly Jordy's house, to your grandmother's house.
Feel accepting. They're never gonna learn how to be accepting.
Can I say something to you, Nick?
Like, do you understand that if you just write people off because they believe different things than you, they're never going to be exposed to why it's good to be around people.
It's funny because her argument is like, if you just alienate all these people, they'll find camaraderie with each other, causing a much louder... Again, this is the... It's the same argument for banning conservative content creators. All the leftist content creators, like, we're not making any money and we don't have access to any of this alt media stuff, right? The subscribe stars and shit, like, our audience isn't doing that, right? Meanwhile, all these conservative creators, or far-right creators even, that were banned, have become, like, so good at making money off platform now that, like, they're actually afloat. And at this point now, like, the leftist content creators have no infrastructure to support it. When you send all these people to only talk amongst themselves, they become more productive at things you don't want them to do. If you unassimilate them from your culture, you literally segregate yourselves from these people, all these people who disagree with you, all these beliefs that you don't have, they literally just get stronger. And then you understand the issues less.
People that don't think like you, right?
Just be chill and discuss differences. No, actually what you should do is eat your fucking Thanksgiving dinner and talk about the Mets, baby, the Mets, okay? And not inject politics into your family discourse. It's probably not necessary.
Like, so my stepbrother is trans, and my dad.
Well, Hasan Piker knows more about it than he does, okay? Yeah, your stepbrother thinks they know about being trans, well, they haven't even talked to Christian Walker yet, you know?
I'll keep playing this part.
If it comes up, you know what you do? You look down and you eat your fucking stuffing. You eat your fucking... Because you know what? At the end of the day, everyone... probably a high percentage of the people around you in like 5 or 10 years will probably be dead. So maybe you should just enjoy the time you have with them.
It's important.
Refuses to use the correct pronouns.
And does... Yeah, right.
And he doesn't understand that he doesn't understand why it's so important, right? And it drives me crazy. And it drives my stepbrother crazy, of course. But I've had to say to my dad, you know it's not gonna hurt you. It's not gonna hurt you to say the correct pronouns, but it does hurt him when you say the wrong ones.
What a bigot.
Right.
Now, you know what the problem with this is? And I actually am starting to agree with the haters against Cutie Cinderella
Nicholas
here.
the Goat, thank you for the
She's
$5,
invoking
my
her
man.
trans brother and family scenario to appeal to people like me who are going to defend her, but she's also doing this to defend her clout sharking with Lacey and the FaZe clan. That's very funny. Simultaneously, I kind of understand here. It's like she's throwing her family into the gauntlet to sacrifice, to like obfuscate the fact that this is a content-driven decision.
And you know what the difference is I'm able to have this conversation with my dad because I'm open-minded and we love each other.
But I don't think you're having that conversation with FaZe Lacey. And that's probably the problem that people have.
Brother just says
nobody knew about your family dynamics. They knew you hang out with FaZe clan. And because of the audience that you cultivated, that's a no-no.
Fuck off and won't talk to my dad. So there's no progress being made, right?
And again, this person looks like they're just having a normal conversation.
And so you can believe what you want. You guys can you can say that. You can say to me, no, you're supporting it. I'm not. I don't support that my father is transphobic at times. I don't support that.
Why are you telling anyone that's happening at all anyway?
Nicholas the Goat, thank you for the $5, my man.
I'm not.
Why are you addressing your dad on stream? How did this happen?
I don't support it. Period. The end.
Yeah, guys, they're not even talking about the genocide.
But I still love my dad and I'll go to coffee with him tomorrow. But I don't support that.
I'll tell you, if I ever caught my dad being homophobic, I would kill him.
Yes, dude! Finally, someone's just telling how it is. They're not even pandering.
Fucking throat.
It's the only appropriate response because I cannot have people on TikTok mad at me. I will kill my own father if he says one.
Thank God. We finally got somebody who's willing to say what it truly means, you know? He's truly telling the good story.
Gay joke. That's it. I'm on your guys' side. Trust me.
Yeah.
And then I'll kill myself. Fuck it.
Yes, dude! Now TikTok will be really happy.
Double murder.
Or even
suicide.
coming in contact.
I can't.
Dude, TikTok's gonna love that.
Can't live with the shame.
You're gonna see so many hits.
The world is not as black as white.
We need to end the bloodline immediately. There was a transphobic person among us.
As everyone thinks. Like, you guys, you can't fight hate with hate. It doesn't get you anywhere. It literally does not get you anywhere. Like, it's so important to, like, as someone who's very open-minded, to be around closed-minded people.
Dude, fighting hate with hate is so funny. Imagine somebody's being fucking homophobic and you just start calling them the N-word. That's what when people say fighting hate with hate, I assume that's what they mean.
Show them that it's
you just pick like a different like a different thing.
Okay to be open-minded is actually the
yeah, I'll show you
one of the most important things you
I'm
can
on Block
do.
TV with my fucking hands up, and I'm not starting myself. You all righteous.
Like as a human, it really is. But I get it. You guys can think what you think. I'm not going to change though. I'm not going to.
Yeah.
I will never believe that if I'm kind to a hateful person, that means I agree with them. I will never believe that. No matter what you guys say, I won't believe it because.
So it's important to show her whole thing because in the whole context of it, what she's saying is, in my opinion, perfectly reasonable, right? And I think like
no, but for like the 16 to 18-year-old demographic that's scrolling reels all day. Oh, not reels. Sorry, if it was reels, they'd be based. They're scrolling TikToks all day. You're actually the second coming of Hitler. You know, like when Jesus returned or whatever from Nazareth or some shit. You're like the Hitler version of that.
Sociologically true. I think it's like a proven fact. Like that's the truth.
I had disagreements here.
Augie's consuming the propaganda right now.
There.
Dude, Augie's like, are you plutonium B? I think it is. I literally think that is. I think you're right. I've literally done this before, Augie.
Some of the stuff she was saying. I agree, though, that the overall point is like...
I've done that before.
I recommend watching Nicholas
Augie is succumbing to the propaganda. The chat will not be happy.
The people mad at QT didn't grow up with a dad. So anyways, what's the deal with Palestine?
Dude.
Positive one.
Dude, Palestine is over. We're talking about Dagobah now.
Like,
have you even considered fucking Sudan Saltman?
I guess the main thing to me is like, it's a very different thing talking about, you know, your dad versus somebody you collabed with. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's totally understandable.
I agree with Dan. It feels like a cop out to go after your dad there.
Understandable that you do not,
or to like defend your dad when nobody was arguing it.
Cut out your dad for being transphobic, and you know, and it's great that she's trying to.
Maybe you shouldn't have pandered to people who won't like you when you're hanging out with FaZe Clan. Maybe you wouldn't have these problems. Maybe you wouldn't have to invoke your own family and your trans family members.
Work on that
because you're like she kind of made her trans family member like the token trans person to defend her argument, didn't she?
Him and you know and pull him away from.
It's not bad that I hang out with FaZe Lacey. You have a trans brother.
That line of thinking, but yeah, that's her dad. Like that I think is completely reasonable. I think it gets a little shakier when it's like some other streamer you're collabing with. That's you don't have that same obligation to that person. But
I think that's a perfectly defensible position. Yeah. However, I personally agree.
You know what it is? It's the alternative. Before we hear what Ethan has to say there, it's the alternative to what Cutie Cinderella did with Asmongold, where Cutie's like, not Cutie. I'm sorry, Valkyrie, right? Like instead of doing the Valkyrie being like, oh my god, no, this is awful. I'm just learning about this for the first time. Wait, can we hear, where's the clip? This was Valkyrie finding out that Asmongold is a controversial creator. Yeah, this is it. This is actually a live look at Valkyrie finding out that Asmongold has said like horrific things apparently. Right here we go.
Nicholas the Goat, thank you for the $5, my man.
Yeah.
She just died? Wow. I didn't know that. I just, you're telling me now for the first time. She led an amazing life. What else can you say? She was an amazing
I'm sorry,
woman.
I think I played the wrong clip there, but I think you get my point. Yeah, that was Valkyrie finding out that her friend Asmongold is an extremely controversial figure.
But I think that's a perfectly defensible position. Yeah. However, I personally agree more with Cutie Cinderella. And the important thing for her, which she clarified in this whole clip, is that if they do, she corrects them, right? And they know she's not down with it, and she's actively trying to dissuade them from behaving that way. If
they won't collab with her,
she's over there and just like yucking it up, and just like they're being super homophobic and racist, and she's just like she's like just there.
Not engaging with that, yeah.
Then that's a problem, right?
Yeah,
that's
for sure.
a problem.
Thank you.
I don't respect you. So I respect
Oh my god, dude, stop.
Which is more elusive, Nick's JF segment, Taylor Lorenz's Pulitzer for Twit longer journalism, iDubbbz and Anissa's next paycheck, TwitchCon security, Denim's commentary, Hasan's vibration collar, Ludwig's spine, or JF's wife.
I think that Cruel World Happy Mind actually just donated her spine to Ludwig. I think you'll be seeing a lot better takes from Ludwig moving forward. That's the only thing that I could possibly... It was a donation.
But that doesn't sound like what she's doing at all.
She's a career organ donor. Oh my god, dude, that is a fucking awesome insult for people. You're literally dude, you're not an orbiter, you're a career organ donor. Oh my god. We need to start using that one more. That's the only reason you're here is to be a career organ donor.
By the way, she talked about it here. And so personally, I agree more with Cutie Cinderella in this case. Although, listen, if somebody's...
It seems like Vanilla agrees with her too.
Who?
The other...
Nick, how do you join in the Discord? I see that you're a member. If you go to the post thing, the top post for the members, or if you scroll a little, I don't put a lot of posts up there, is an active link. Obviously, the links that are in the thing expire sometimes, so you can hop over to the post thing. There's members-only posts. You can scale it that way.
She's totally...
She's on board.
There. Yeah, 100%. This reminds me, there's this story of this dude who converted like dozens.
All right, I want to see, what is this? Holy shit. Oh my god, wait! Dude, this guy was awesome!
Nick
I saw this shit on Joe Rogan. It was a guy who'd literally go to the Klan meetings and convince the Klan members to stop being racist. And yeah, they would they would invite a black guy to a Klan meeting and they would become like, not racist anymore. That's a super like, I don't know, a lot of people don't like Joe Rogan. That is one of the best episodes of podcasting I've ever seen. So wait, when does oh, this is what I wanted.
Reconstruction era. We can't read
for reasons.
I think it's coming up now. I'm more kind of using the H3 podcast as a vessel to find the ideal clips because you know they have them. Who the fuck, dude? Every time they pan over to a new guy, I think I've seen him before. Yeah, this part.
At the end of the day, if I'm around a racist person, I'm just not racist. I'm not. Me, I am not. They are.
It looks like she's is she aura farming now? Because now she's not having fun anymore. She looks just like she's giving like resting fucked face. Like, this is horrible.
Yes. But how am I supposed to help them ever? By cutting them off? No.
I think she's
mewing right now. She's about to do like the head back, like closed eye smile.
I think she's making mistakes here.
She's getting too defensive.
She's getting too defensive. She's going too aggro about it. It's not coming across well. Even though, again, I think I get the sentiment and mostly agree with her, but I don't think she's approaching it with the sensitivity it needs.
I think overall she's right.
What do you mean sensitivity that it needs? I play on 10.
But
my shit like fucking, I flick and my entire character spins around as a 360.
You can kind of almost take her own advice on this, where it's like, you shouldn't be so defensive. You should be conciliatory and acknowledge that while you disagree, they have, you understand where they're coming from, right?
Right.
Thank you.
Fair.
Great sponsor. Thank you. Sup.
Augie, next time we have a conversation, I'm going to spend the first 20 minutes talking to you about why Palestine really matters, and the next 20 minutes about talking about your politics.
Sup.
And why I don't agree with them. And why you need to change. And why the green M&M is no longer sexy.
He's a Sigma brain guy.
Don't forget to pick it up. All right, so back to Vanilla Mace and QT Cinderella. Yeah.
Like,
let me go back a bit because there's a little awkward silence there.
They are, yes. But how am I supposed to help them ever? By cutting them off? No.
But I also understand like the frustration Cutie's gone through. And this is what's happening, Cutie. You thought these people were your friends and they cared about you. But the minute you said anything against him, you're being bombarded by a bunch.
Yeah, weird. Funny thing that this is happening like days after she confirmed the collar was a shock collar. It almost seems like the woke scolds in Hasan's audience are looking for, they're like sharks in open water. They smell blood.
Like,
could be a thing.
Ultra woke scoldy fucking lunatics online.
Guys, nobody here is hanging out with, like, who's the best example possible? I don't even think that Augie would hang out with, who's the movie guy, not the movie video game guy who like complains about like there's too many black people in this. Who is it? Oh, fuck, dude. The one that won't go on EFAP? I keep forgetting his fucking name. You won't hang out. Synthetic Man. I don't even think Augie would hang out with Synthetic Man.
Who probably...
and if he did, he would do it to spite me.
tearing apart every little thing she's ever said, trying to accuse her of being racist, being a Nazi.
Dude, Augie's like, I'll hang out with anybody. Then he went, no, not that guy. Dude, I finally found someone that Augie would literally not hang out with. This is insane. Dude, I would not hang out with that. Amazing, bro. I knew it. I knew I had a fucking example. That's so funny, dude.
Et cetera, whatever. And so for her, it's probably really frustrating to have to explain this for the nth amount of time.
Dude, he cut me off. He's like, I'll hang out with anybody. I don't care. And dude, that was so funny, bro.
But obviously, she's not handling it well, like we pointed out. I do sympathize with her, though, being frustrated with...
Dude, there is a problem in the gaming space. There are people who legitimately don't even like video games. They just want to argue about the current thing. I don't think Synthetic Man really wants to play games. I think he really wants to find a reason to complain about women. Or like black people.
With, you know, dealing with Hasan's community.
Synthetic Man is a flamenco of the world. Yeah, I agree.
And now...
there's people who bring the culture war to gaming, and there's people who are only in gaming for the culture war.
Dragged by her friend, quote unquote, Vanilla Mace rat.
All right, but where's the dragging?
At the end of the day, she's not... Cutie Cinderella is not racist. She's not homophobic. She's right. Like, getting mad at her is just... Like, you know,
does anybody have the clip to the dragging?
There's no chance she's doing anything but good by being friends with these people, you know? Like,
no, but what Ethan's not understanding is being friends with these people initially is why she's even in this position at all, right? Oh, this is it. Here's the clip. This is the clip. Now, we've been watching this clip, and this thing, like, we've been watching this now for like 20 minutes, okay? Watch this.
Simply didn't agree with it. I was uncomfortable. Obviously, as you could see in the clips. You know who I am. You know what I...
She looks so comfortable in that clip. Holy fuck, dude. This is like, oh no, TikTok's gonna come after me.
Simply didn't agree with it. I was uncomfortable. Obviously, as you could see in the clips.
What?
You know who I am. You know what I stand for. If you're someone who's been watching me, then...
Why didn't you say something? Wasn't that what the whole thing they're getting mad at QT Cinderella for was not saying anything? So you didn't say anything.
You already fucking
Nicholas
know.
the Goat,
If you're a first-time fucking chatter and you're just joining off of clips that you've seen on TikTok and you don't know shit about me or fucking shit about shit, then of course I'm gonna assume that you're just gonna make the assumptions that you're going to make.
What the fuck does that mean, Kobe Bryant? Like, what?
But people who know me and know my character and know what the fuck I stand for know how I'm gonna go about this. So, I am simply stepping back from everything, everyone.
Why did someone put you on? Is that clip gonna go around?
On Nicholas DeOrio.
Yeah, gonna touch a little grass.
Did they cut her off at the word I? Dude, the clipper couldn't be bothered to watch her. Thank you.
I don't like this.
Dude, the clipper couldn't be bothered to watch her for another second. They just cut her off mid-sentence.
It's going to come out bad from that.
Like, I get it. You guys can think in black and white, but that's not how it works over here. That's not.
All right, guys. That's the Cutie Cinderella stuff. We're going to get into we're going to get into the stream now. I'm probably going to do a bathroom break. We're fucking 2 hours in. Oh, I also wanted to see this. Stream Charts drop their top female streamers of quarter 3. All right. Extra Emily, Emiru, Valkyrie, Cinnabrit. But I'm noticing there's a name missing on this list right now. Someone informed me that Caroline Kwan was apparently leading the charge. I believe I was misinformed about that. Was I misinformed? I was told that Caroline Kwan would be leading the charge. Anyways, guys, let's get this show on the road. Intro segments. Hasan Piker is crying again. Yeah, he's sad. He's a sad boy. I don't know why. Everything seems to be going so well for him right now.
Having normal relationships with people who are not like outwardly political content creators, for example, can also help many find communities like this one.
Dude, this guy's doing the infiltration thing. If I build friendships, I can then infect their audience and I can drag them over here. Dude, this is literally, we're trying to infiltrate the commentary community because a lot of these guys go either way, and we can convert them. We can convert their audience. We can take their viewers.
Having normal relationships with people who are not like outwardly political content creators, for example. What's the name
Can
of
also
the guy?
help- Thank you!
Star Orbiter, Nick Oreo. Mr. Oreo.
Before we even get started on this super hard, I just want to point out, like, listen, this is, if you're claiming you're isolated, I might be getting clip chimped super hard here by reading this post, but like, if you feel like you're ever getting isolated, it's your fault. You did this to yourself. These online politics creators constantly beg normie YouTubers to conform and give takes on things that they don't understand because that's their way in, right? They want people like Mudahar. They want people like Asmongold before he did politics. They want people like WestJet or any of these daily shitter guys who don't really have any political leaning. They want them to talk about these issues because either they'll just kind of agree with everything they say and that's good, right? Because that's just pushing your specific viewpoint directly to the audience. They don't know any better, but maybe they're going to play it safe and agree with you, or they're going to say something outrageous, something that they're going to make a statement that they don't even understand what they're saying because they're not read into it because they're being pressured by other people to have positions on stuff they don't actually research. So if you're going to do that as a content machine, so you can just dunk on somebody, oh, why don't you just give a statement? Oh, why don't you give a statement and then run fucking a week's worth of coverage calling them like a I don't know, every ist and ib and phobe in the book. That like that's why nobody wants to be friends with you.
Keffels appreciated the shout out.
Yeah.
What about the guy that got grabbed and the woman who did it didn't get even a week before she laughed it off back on Twitch and called him a beta for crying about being grabbed?
I'm not
so
sure.
Much for think of the victim.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, but yeah, yeah, again, like when you push people and you try to like use these people for content and kind of like
I just saw Keffel's tweet.
hinge your content on quote unquote bad takes that you're pressuring people to have, then like, yeah, I mean, I don't think people are going to be like, I don't know, knocking down the door to hang out with you, right? Like you're probably alienating yourself in these like in this area. Again, if you're referring to these people as like slop tubers and all this shit, they're probably not going to want to hang out with you. So it's probably a self-induced isolation.
Having normal relationships with people who are not like outwardly political content creators, for example, can also help many find communities like this one. It's been very effective. And it's been especially effective. If it wasn't, then the right wing and these like dipshit, incel, racist, transphobic people wouldn't be actively trying to make me...
I think that maybe just maybe, some of the people that fit under right-wing, dipshit, transphobic, racist people, maybe like 5 to 10% of those people are like super good guys. They just don't like you and they criticize your content. And now their audience views them rationally because you don't give them an opportunity. And all of those people hate you because they see you literally lying about those content creators. They see, dude, when people see YouTubers straight up lying about creators that they enjoy, they're inclined not to trust you or like you or anything like that. So every time you have like a crash out, you're poisoning the minds of potential new audience members, especially when they reach these, like they have far reach, right?
Into a toxic person that is irredeemable and even go after my friends who have nothing to do with politics at all. They do that so that I am isolated in general because they realize that if I'm not isolated and I have normal relationships,
you know, at like a risk of repeating myself, I might have said this a few times. I feel like you isolated yourself when you started promoting terrorism. That was probably like an ideal time to isolate you. I don't think that necessarily we have done that. Again, Hasan Piker, Mr. invites his friend over his house and shows him Houthi propaganda video about extremely musical people making someone uncomfortable on stream. Might not have a really easy time making new friends, I guess, in the controversy when people are more aware of the things he's saying. I guess people were happier to be around you in bliss when they didn't know what you were doing, but I'm glad they're educated now and they can make better decisions.
nothing to do with politics at all. They do that so that I am isolated in general because they realize that if I'm not isolated and I have normal relationships with these other communities, then their fan bases will be much more charitable to my worldview.
Yeah, you kind of burn those bridges, right? He's asking for more, not friends, because that's not how friends work. He's asking for content friends. He's asking for like audience, what is it, like a loan. He wants an audience loan from a different YouTuber, so he has like stock in other communities, so people start to like him in different areas, right?
and God forbid, maybe even change their perspective.
Why don't you go back to doing debates again, like when you lost to Christian Walker? That changed a lot of minds that day when you were yelling at your trans viewer, saying that you understood the position better than she did. You could argue it, but
but that's it.
So yeah, I don't know. Maybe he should just stop doing all these things and reflect on his actions. No, it's everybody else's fault. Everyone else is making me feel this way.
Cuties problem is unrelated to you?
He's talking about Ludwig now? Oh, sure, dude. But you know what's funny is he kind of said the same thing as Ludwig here, but he didn't say it the same way. Ludwig was like, I don't care about this. I'm making content friends. I'm never going to talk to these people ever again after this. I wouldn't even go to Hasan's funeral. Hasan Piker is openly saying, I want content friends right now. I want like business associates. I want people to share their audience with me. He's not looking for long-term friendship. He's looking to like get back some foot soldiers here to defend him in comment sections. And I think that's also like, that's not going to turn like the audience away because the audience isn't like really comprehending what he's saying. That's going to turn the creators away. So it kind of has that same effect.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not very familiar with what happened. I'm just fucking talking about my own principles that I oftentimes repeat.
I'm shocked that he uses that word to describe anything about himself.
To an audience that doesn't want.
Yeah, good point. Bunglis in the chat just said, I'm a good guy. If you're anti-me, then you must be anti-bad. Sorry, you must be bad guy. Yeah. If you're a good guy, if I'm a good guy, right? If me equals good guy and you are anti-me, that means you equal bad guy. Do you not think that he thinks content friends are his real friends? No, I think that all of these people turn off the computer and don't give a fuck about any of this stuff in their spare time. I think that Hasan Piker is a bit unique in that, like, his not unique. All right, hold on. I think that he gets a lot of updates. I think he gets pinged on Discord, maybe interacts a lot with like YouTube drama, but I don't think that any of these people are actually expecting to spend time together after they're done streaming. I think that the Ludwig mentality that is negatively viewed, and I mean I criticized it. I do think in probably like large scale Twitch land, it's probably the majority opinion. I think a lot of these people are knowingly and intentionally farming these clout-based relationships with trying to continue staying up. Collaboration on YouTube used to be a much bigger thing in the same way, but now it doesn't work like that. Now, like if Keemstar brings somebody on Drama Alert 5 years ago, that person has a career. That person essentially gets universal basic income. He gets 100,000 subscribers overnight that are going to watch his content. That doesn't happen on YouTube anymore. There really is no king-making process. If I go and make a video with Turkey Tom on his channel with 1 million subs, which I'll probably end up doing at some point in the next 2 years, right? On his channel and my channel, I'm probably gonna get like 2,000 subs on that channel. I'll probably end up pushing more people from this channel to my video essay channel when I return than I would from a simple shout out. On Twitch, it's the opposite, right? Twitch is a streaming platform, raids are king, and these collaborative streams and stuff like that build people's fucking audience. It grows your essential net worth overnight by associating with larger creators. So yeah, it's a bit of a different avenue over there. So yeah. Now let's take a look here. Oh, I saw this. Hasan Piker turns on the security guard. You know what? Shoot your shot, girl.
Okay, well, chat.
All right, let's see how we do this. Let's see if the mic beats.
They gotta put you through this way.
I'm getting turned on by everybody.
What a fucking weird thing to say. Dude, women just turn around and like when they see could you imagine you swap the roles here and like an attractive girl is going through the TSA and a guy walks up to her and goes, I could pat you down if I want to. I'm getting really turned on right now. That's a sex offender, right? Dude, this is crazy.
All right, let's see how we do this. Let's see if the mic beats.
They gotta put you through this way.
I'm getting turned on by everybody who's coming in properly.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Oh yeah.
Careful with it.
Yeah, it's hard being Hasan Piker, guys.
On my side then. On my side.
Come on my side, please. Please, man.
Go ahead. Matter of fact, come back to the time, a lot of stuff.
That's gross. You don't like... Wait, I like this comment. I don't like Hasan Piker, but that's disgusting. Yeah, you don't have to prelude that. Yeah, like... Guys, listen, I'm no fan of Hasan Piker, but... That woman! I did. Oh my. I saw it was fucking crazy. I guess, do I play the intro? I don't know. So now we got a bit of Ludwig and Ethan Klein related media. Ethan Klein ponders why Ludwig keeps swearing on his mother's life. Has anyone noticed this? It's like a tick for him. He just kind of goes in. Every time that Ludwig is forced to swear about something, I feel like it's on his mother.
I got close-up pictures of the shock
What's the name of the
Thank
guy
you.
from Keemstar Orbiter? Nick Oreo. Mr.
On
Oreo.
my mother's life. I didn't see prongs. I'm pretty sure.
What's with Ludwig swearing on his mom's life? I've noticed he does that. Like, bro,
it's a common thing, but
I would never swear on my mom or anybody. I would never swear on anybody's life. I don't play like that.
Are you afraid that
I'm not even superstitious?
doesn't even mean to swear on someone's
I'm gonna start swearing on Ludwig's mom's life.
What the fuck does that mean?
I just think it's disrespectful.
What does it mean?
Can you tactically swear on Ludwig's mom's wife? Mom's wife, dude. Wow, holy shit. Exposed! Can you tactically swear on someone else's mother's life?
Strike them dead if you're wrong. Lying.
Swear?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, can you do that?
Yeah.
On them? Swear
Strike
on
them dead if you're lying.
I also want
pre-watched. Does he start doing that? Oh my god!
This is why we lost game 1. He's wearing a Dodger hat, and this clip, I believe, came out the same day we lost game 1.
Bro, take that cap off, phony baloney.
I know, dude.
So he goes, so the first clip.
Okay, Ethan is looking mighty fabulous here. I do say.
He goes, on my mama's life, I swear on her life that he was wearing a shock collar. And now he's like, I swear on my mama's life, it's not a shock collar. She's dead no matter how you cut it. You've just condemned her.
Well, could you bring her back from the dead with a second swear? Does the second swear nullify the first one?
Nice.
Also, the fucking dude, the thunder is nuts.
Nice job, Ludwig.
Yeah, so swearing on your mother's life means that your mom will be killed if you're lying.
Yeah.
That's really intense, man.
That's what I'm saying. I would never do it. People go, swear on your children's life. I'd be like, bro, I'm not doing that. I'm not.
Listen, I swear on Ludwig's mother's life that I do not host a show called Ultimate Rape Review. Dude, Dan's like, do you know that if you swear on someone's mother's life, that means they'll be killed? I swear on Hasan's life! I swear on Hasan's life! I swear on Hasan's life! Ah! Dude. All right. In slightly less good news, and I'll tell you why it's less good news, Twitch employees are reportedly being affected by the Amazon layoffs. I was the person who built an entire fraud program. I'm keeping the bad actors off Twitch. All right, so here's the deal. Twitch just fired between Twitch and Amazon, I think roughly up to 500 people were affected. I see some people saying 500. I see some people saying significantly less.
What's the name of the guy from Keemstar Orbiter?
Guys,
Nick Oreo.
it's not a win
Mr.
unless it's
Oreo.
Dan Clancy. It's not a win unless it's the trust and safety team. It's not the fraud department. The fraud department's not the ones who fucked over everybody and runs a complete shit show here. Like, I legitimately, dude, I feel bad for this guy, despite the fact that we've been so highly critical of Twitch. They're not going to fire the in people, and they haven't done so yet. Unfortunately, if Amazon thinks these people are less valuable than the people who are tanking the platform, I don't know. The only thing you can do is keep the pressure on. I mean, like, you don't stop now.
Is Darkfat a virgin? No, I am not. Why would so many people
Is Kick better than
Googling that?
Twitch? I mean, I think it's you just pick your poison, right? I'm a big YouTuber. I like YouTube. I could probably, I mean, I could go on my partnered Twitch account right now if I really wanted to. I like YouTube. I don't know. It kind of feels bad. It doesn't feel great seeing this. I think what really got me convinced that this is a bad move is DJ Wheat putting out a statement. For 11 years, he fought for Twitch creators, viewers, and mods. That's gone. Now it's going to be a robot, which is probably true. The guy's saying that he built
just started insulting me viciously on Twitter.
the thing they use to detect
if
fraud.
someone tried to see Kirk Hasan, Would he start break dancing because he thinks there are musical people nearby?
Yeah, I don't know. Twitch is where it's at right now because it continues to fire and lose people who actually cared, people who'd fight for you every day. This is another name added to that list. Lots of people who still care exist at Twitch, but those numbers are dwindling. People should be upset. Nobody is saying that the public that isn't public perception, but gutting the department of people who genuinely tried to improve the situation won't make it better. Why celebrate that? I think, again, this guy was former trust and safety, but like obviously spent a lot of time in the fraud department. I still think the trust and safety team, the people who are currently there, need to be completely gutted and fired, legitimately. Even like, I don't know, I'm not trying to find good faith actors in the trust and safety department. They need to wipe that entire current thing out, and then Dan Clancy needs to be relieved of his position along with any other executive that thinks what Dan Clancy's doing is good. And that's where I stand on it.